We have some awesome tools available to us. If you use today's technology, we can spend our time in the field with customers and almost never have to run back to the dealership for answers. Mike Andorf, CSR, Grundy Center, Iowa.
You know, I've gone out and traveled with Mike Andorf, and I've been there when he called on customers. Mike Andorf is a guy, when he is at bat, working with the customer, Mike Andorf uses technology tools to hit home runs. Mike Andorf travels with a laptop with the technology tools downloaded on him. He's got his customer profiles loaded. He's got his dealership on hand and pricing. He creates work orders on site and electronically transmits them back to the dealership. He captures information, he makes it better, he updates that back to the dealership, so the whole operation works more efficiently when it's working with that customer. A while ago, up on that screen, we had a fake sports icon wandering around out in the cornfield. When it comes to the aftermarket, Mike Andorf is a real sports icon. He's hitting home runs for his customers. He's not afraid to open up PM Pro in front of that customer and solve those problems when he's working with them on site. In every visit I was on, Mike Andorf opened a parts expert. He found information. He also created parts orders when he was working with that customer. He ended each visit by typing just a paragraph into a running log of the value that he had brought to that customer during that visit on that day, should anybody question the value of that infield marketing position. Mike Andorf hits home runs for his customers. A lot of dealerships hit home runs for their customers. We want all dealerships to hit home runs for their customers. So if you look at your book under section P6, there's a section of best practices that we have available for you working with PM Pro and Parts Expert. And those best practices are organized around baseball hits. Singles are good. Singles not getting runs. Singles improve customer service. Doubles and triples are more creative, more proactive, using tools away from the dealership when you're calling on customers. Home runs, you're doing the whole 9 yards. You're downloading those profiles into the standalone Parts Expert. You're capturing information. You're improving the accuracy and the quality. You're sending it back again. You're opening parts documents and work order quotes on site that you're electronically sending back to your dealership. You're using tools on site to answer customer questions during that first visit instead of having to make a follow-up call. What we want you to do with that document is this. We'd like you to check off the things that you do well at your dealership today. Give yourself a pat on the back. Things that you're not doing yet, circle the ones that look like they're going to add value to your operation. Take those into the Parts Expo booth. Talk to the people in PM Pro and Parts Expert about how you can get to that level of performance. We'll show you how you can add that to your toolbox. Now there's another thing we want to talk to you about, and that is outs. Outs are things that are happening today in dealerships which may be adversely impacting customer service. The first out is not using PM Pro as your first primary and foremost parts catalog system on your parts counter. If you still have that old catalog system running on your parts counter, then you still have counter guys who are running that catalog system first. And every time they do that, that's an experience that's happening in that catalog system that really should be happening in PM Pro. More frequently, they're running into times on that old catalog system when they start with that, and they don't find what they're looking for, and then they go over to PM Pro. And at the moment that happens, they may be unintentionally communicating something to their customer that they're really sort of unhappy when that happened. It's a ding on their customer experience. Now is the time, this is the season, to take the old parts catalog system off your parts counter, use this slower activity season to get your guys up to speed on PM Pro, every experience in PM Pro. We'll talk more about that in a second. The second out is not using Parts Expert to its full capabilities when you're working with customers. We have thousands of guys who use Parts Expert every day. We have over 500 dealerships that use the standalone. We hear very positive feedback from both of them. But we know we have some parts guys, and we have some entire dealerships that really don't use either Parts Expert or Parts Expert standalone. And you got to ask yourself, what are these people using when they're working with customers? When that customer walks in and throws half a bearing on the counter and says, have you got anything like this? What did they use? When a case customer shows up and says, I need the primary and secondary air filter for my red tractor, What did they use? They didn't use Parts Expert to take care of that customer's needs. JDM sales manual, 5 years out of print. It's called gray manual. It's kind of out of the diesel black manual. A lot of guys say, I go to that JDM sales manual. If I don't find it there, then I'll look in Parts Expert. I have an idea. Parts Expert, JDM search, keyword, faster finding information than the gray manual. We can prove it in the booth. So here's your choices. You can use the web Parts Expert, which is updated almost every day. Or you can use the standalone Parts Expert, which is updated once a month, but it's portable. You can take it with you anywhere. Or you can use a book as your primary tool that was last updated at the turn of the century. It's up to you guys. Third out, JD Parts. If you're not using JD Parts as an integral part of your customer strategy, you got to rethink that. JD Parts is a great opportunity for you. JD Parts, you go out there and train a customer on JD Parts. It's an opportunity to convey knowledge and expertise, tie that customer to you by sharing something with them. You hook a customer to JD Parts, he sees your prices, he sees you're on hand. And you know what? If you throw one switch on your business system, when that customer's sitting there and decides he's going to order that product, and he hits the order button, that order will print out on your parts counter. It'll open up a document, wait for you to fill the order. What could possibly be easier to do business with than a customer link to you through JD Parts? Now, in the course of researching this class, we were looking for opportunities to tie baseball to selling to customers, and purely by accident, we came across some authentic photographs of a John Deere 1915 baseball team. Now, we took one of those photographs, which actually looked like the ones in the back of the room, and we did edit the text on the pennant, but the baseball uniforms are authentic 1915 John Deere players. So if you show up in the booth after attending this class, just to show our thanks for attending this class, the time you spent with us, and for all the things you do for us through the course of the year, we'll give you a picture, a photo quality copy of that 1915 team. Now, we wanted to give you pictures that size, but we thought that they might be kind of hard to carry around the expo floor. So we got a smaller version for you. Now, that's not enough reason to be in the booth. In the booth, we're currently running the in-pilot version of PM Pro. And I'm here to tell you, PM Pro pilots are absolutely ecstatic with these enhancements. They are just absolutely pumped up. And the enhancements are things you guys have been looking for. Has anybody ever seen anything that looks like that right there? Does it look vaguely familiar? Deja vu or something? You can page off the main screen. Even if you have the schematic fully expanded, you can still page off the main screen. You can look for other machines. Basically, you've got a one-screen search again. You can look for new machines off that screen. You can find obsolete casting numbers easier than you ever have before. Everything you guys have been asking for out of PM Pro is in this release. The pick ticket is back into the order that you put the parts in. It doesn't sort itself in alphanumeric. Now is the time. This is the season. Get the old parts catalog off your system, and your parts guys working right after this expo on PM Pro. And when this enhancement comes out, it'll just be icing on the cake. You'll go in next spring season ready to hit some home runs. Any questions about that pilot? Come on, what's the question? When's it coming out? Thank you very much. This pilot, it's going great. If the dam doesn't break and the creek doesn't rise, the pilot will be distributed to dealers January 20th. 2007. We're still not sure if it's AM or PM. You can see this in the Expo booth, though. We started this class talking about the customer issues, awareness, knowledge, time. They look to you for expertise. We showed you how you can take technology tools that make you fantastic and unbeatable on the counters, take those tools with you when you call on customers and be equally unbeatable on those away games when you're calling on a customer on site. Information that can be bundled up through portable technology, made into easily understood pieces for their customers so they can make intelligent decisions about managing their machines. We talked about information that's available to you on demand through the standalone Parts Expert, using JD Parts to make that information available on demand to your customers. Accurate information provided on site, solving the problems in one visit instead of follow-up visits, and having that information available to you when you need it and to your customers when they want it, all adds to the customer experience. Randy, do you have anything you want to add?
If this weren't the last class, I would have suggested that you go to the see, I already forgot. There's
Okay.
more parts information. Hopefully you have also attended the one, find them, keep them, grab them, keep them, find them, somewhere in there. But that's good information too.
If you have no questions, we really appreciate your time. We look forward to talking to you in the Expo booth. Thank you.